Bugle Boys.
Bugle Boys.
Bugle.
Bugle.
Bugle Boys. Bugle Boys. Bugle Boys.
Bugle Boys.
Bugle Boys.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Bugle Boys.
Hey, big ups everybody tuning in to episode 10 of the Bugle Boys podcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is March something, doesn't matter because it's not recorded live, so we don't need to worry about the date and time, but
It's
we're going
actually
to...
not March.
Dude, I forgot it's April.
Way-
Forgot it's April. Wait for it.
Way to ruin the magic.
April. It is April. It
Fools.
is early April.
It
Oh!
could be April Fool's
it
for
could for all you
know.
Damn, you're really hitting them early with that smoke. Who wants to smoke?
Nobody wants to smoke.
Everybody.
What have I
Oh.
gotten myself into?
What have you got yourself into?
Back into.
Well, joining us today, well, I'm your host, Stacks Edwards, Chrissy in the building. Joined with the Chrissy in the cut. Y'all know it's good. Joined with the usual, who wasn't here last week because he a bitch. Nah, he real. He was busy. Long sleeve Steve making his return, illaudible, ready to hang out. Dude, still Steve, still rolling with the long sleeves, man. You're really fucking keeping it 100.
I'm gonna try as long as I can, even in the summertime.
You're authentic, man.
Nobody gonna see these arms.
Nah, not for Steve, dude. Not for Steve. Only his lady, dude. Those are for his lady.
Or
Only his...
man. Who knows, man? It's 2019.
100%, man. 100%. Your special someone. Let's just say your special someone.
Yeah.
You know, your special someone might get, you might pull back a little bit through dinner early on in the night, and that kind of sets the mood. Like
Just
if
a little bit of risk.
a little bit of risk early
Whoa.
on, and it's really anyone's game. So
Oh shit.
you leave a lot up. You leave a lot up for imagination, man. I like it,
there's some,
dude.
I feel like there's jokes in there.
You're like
I
that
don't wanna-
Simpsons character, the All for Silas guy. Remember when? This
I
girl
never
was
watched
showing.
Simpsons that much, to be honest.
No. Well, with that bullshit, I'm gonna give the
Sorry.
intro to Austin back in the building.
You don't deserve to be on the podcast. You didn't watch Simpsons. What are
you
you?
wanna watch? I'm pretty strict. Honestly, like, when you do one of those things
Clap over him.
I was giving him some claps. I was giving Austin some
Clap
claps.
as
over him.
soon as
done with
like my
claps.
sisters and I used to try to like sneak on and watch the show that would lead up to The Simpsons, and then but as soon as The Simpsons, my mom would be like anywhere in there, she'd be like, "No."
You
Or
idiots
she'd, like,
never found the
come
mute
down.
button?
What am I
Uh,
watch The Simpsons on mute?
No,
What are
you just
talking about?
mute the
Intro.
The Simpsons.
She'd hear it at some point, and the only reason why she hates it, I remember this to a T. The one time she came down when we were watching it was Bart mooning someone. It was some episode where he mooned someone, and that was it. She was just like, "Nope."
Whoa, I ain't standing for this. Did I just see an animated butt cheek, dude?
Yeah, that was weird, man. Like that was like one of the only shows that she was like seriously against for some reason.
Yo, my mom too, man.
Power Rangers in
sneak
my
it.
house.
No way.
What?
Yep. We had a lot
Why?
of ones that you would like standard like The Simpsons. My mom wasn't a fan of it, but Power Rangers, my mom thought it encouraged violence.
Yeah, I mean, knowing your mom for
classic.
sure. That's her. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
She was
That's my
concerned.
mom too.
She was concerned.
Man, that's so strange.
Well, Austin at a young age was probably very impressionable, and next thing you know,
Yo, I see a woman running around in a pink leotard with a triceratops on her chest, and all I'm thinking is, I have to get violent to get that.
100%, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like as a kid, like, whoa, Jesus.
Wild note. Sorry, man.
No, for sure. Like that's why. Yeah, just too impressionable.
Yeah, that was one. But actually, fair enough. One of the worst nightmares I ever had was brought on by Jumanji.
That's cool though, because that was a pretty terrifying show.
Yeah.
when you were a kid.
Yeah, but
A
what
board
part?
game that just sucks you up and
It
takes
was
you
the
to the jungle.
poisonous plants that got me. I had
the
this
spiders.
dream.
Bruh.
Spiders fucked me
fuck.
up.
Out of all, it's the plants that fuck
Yeah,
you up.
right? That's the weird thing. It was the plants that messed me up.
Nothing
The
else.
vines.
No,
like,
the vines, and well, basically, I think it was just, I don't even know if I was asleep, but I thought there was one of those plants growing out of the corner, and they spit the poisonous dart at you. And that girl, like, remember,
yeah.
she was getting the blue on her neck and shit.
Oh, true. I forgot about
And
that.
I just remember that really sketching me out. But the weird thing is, I watched Jurassic Park like 3 days earlier, and had to hide that from mom, of course. and that never messed with me.
Okay, what were you allowed to watch as a kid? Like, and when did the Reigns get released? Or have
She
we- or
hasn't,
ha-
she hasn't let go yet. How old am I? 29? She's still trying to control what I watch.
I wasn't
Austin,
allowed to
I
have
really like
game
if you wouldn't
systems.
watch that.
I would
I wasn't
prefer
allowed to
it.
have a game system. Like the first gaming system I had was a PS2 that I had to buy myself after.
I will admit that I actually got them to cave before that. I was always a console behind because we would buy it used, but
Yeah.
Console's a console.
like
64s were all I wanted my
Yeah.
whole life.
Yeah.
64, that's it.
my 64
You never had it
doesn't
as a
work.
youth?
No, so that's why when I bought one when I was like 20 years old, I like went
Ham.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
was going through all those old school games. That was amazing. though.
That's a completely understandable thing. My N64 doesn't work anymore, and I'm actually
and I'll
devastated.
still smash. Put this on record. I'll still smash anybody in N64 Smash Bros.
I'm bringing hell.
Anybody, actually not anybody, but all of our friends.
What about our fans? What about the fans,
What about
dude?
the fans?
I
What about the
mean,
listeners?
All like 6 of you guys challenge me. I'll fucking destroy.
We really would like to
It
have
doesn't matter.
Tom.
Jigglypuff,
You-
I'll
we
do
will
it.
have you on.
Pikachu, I'll do it. Link, I'll do it. Doesn't matter. Captain Falcon, I'll do it. Donkey Kong, I'll do it. Doesn't matter.
Here's a proposition
Chill.
from a guy who's not always on the podcast. We will have you on the podcast if you think you can beat Tom in 64 Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna do the podcast at Tom's house.
I always wanted to play your buddy.
We're gonna do the Tom.
We're not gonna bring you to
Nah.
this house because we don't know you as a human being.
we'll do it at
in
Tom's
a
house, though.
park. We'll do it in a park with a big fucking screens, somewhere really public where if you try to attack us, we can run.
Isn't there like a place in like Oshawa, one of those like game pubs or game bars where you go and they have like
Uh,
systems and shit?
Presumably.
Or is it just board games? I know
I
there's a
mean,
video game one in Toronto, but I
In
felt like
this
there
day
was one
and
in
age,
Schwab.
you can just roll up with your N64. Just meet
Dude, get the
somewhere-
Switch?
Meet someone halfway.
I got the Switch, but
Yeah,
he wants 64.
Oh,
He
64?
wants
Yeah,
64.
I
he
want
did put
OG.
conditions. He did put conditions.
I
on it.
honestly haven't played
Is it
really
ca-
any other one other than.
Do you feel so?
64.
Do you feel the need? Do you think you feel the need to play it on N64 and like quote own these kids on N64 because as a youth you just never got to
the
play it.
new one?
You never
I've
got to
seen
own a kid.
clips
You've
of
never
the-
had that feeling of
Have you
owning
seen
someone
any
on
clips of what the new
N64
one-
because you
the
never
new
had
one
one.
is crazy. The new one's just got way too much going on. There's people just like. It's
So you're gonna
lightning
avoid the
fast
question, and
gameplay.
I
I'm
think-
too old for that shit.
Oh, you're avoiding the question, so you're scared. Yeah.
I'm saying the OG
'Cause you
one, that's
never-
the only one I ever.
Do you feel that a lot now with video games? Because I
A little
do.
bit.
I feel that
Fighting
a lot.
games especially.
Oh, fighting games,
I'm a button
100%.
master, but you can't
Yeah.
do that now. Kids are
No,
just like
totally.
on point with the exact
But
buttons they gotta hit.
I'm feeling with a lot of video games now. I look at them and I'm like, I'm too old for this.
Well, even like the new Call of Duty that I've been
I
playing.
just don't play
a little
video
bit
games, so
amount
you're
with
talking
some
to the
of
wrong
Yeah,
guy.
I know.
Man, like some of
sorry.
the shit is just too much.
We're
I
gonna
used to
cut
like-
you out for a sec.
I used to like the old school, like you got a gun in your hand, you're running around killing people. Now it's like you got like grapple hooks and you got fucking all this
Every
excess shit. You're
time
like hitting all the different buttons. It's
I
too much,
watch
man.
you guys play Call of Duty, I have to ask one of you what's going on. It's a first-person shooter, and I can never figure out what is fundamentally
Yeah.
going on the screen.
Yep, that's the problem.
It's
Yep.
craziness.
Yeah, video games.
Let's talk about something that's not video games for dupes.
What?
Well, like you said, you don't play video games.
He's gotten into it a little.
Dude, I
he's
gamed,
played
dude.
some Red Dead. He has Black Ops. We played a little bit of Black Ops.
Dude,
He's
I've-
just not very good. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair.
He
Yeah, I don't-
beat me at. Actually, no.
You know what you
Who won-
need
I
to
Beat
remember
you at
do?
the sports games, dude.
Oh yeah, no. That,
NBA,
yo,
baby.
We played.
Yo,
FIFA. No,
I'll
we played
crush you at
FIFA.
2K.
Remember that shootout that we had in FIFA where all my shots were just going fucking straight up? I was like, how the fuck? And he just.
Yo, you
he's
have a-
like, oh, I don't know. And
I don't know what
meanwhile,
I.
he's like, yeah, he was being such a dick about it. Every shot I would take would just go straight up. Like,
Well,
I
yo, it's
couldn't
like when we-
figure it out.
It's like when we go to your house. He's like, "Yeah, you guys get the broken controller."
Yeah,
but like,
that-
I'm still gonna
I
kill
only
you.
have two
Home court
controllers. What
move.
am I gonna
Then he-
do?
Home court
Then he throws it in your
move.
face like, "Oh, you guys suck. I'm so good." But like, meanwhile, he's got this broken one. Well, I'm sitting there. I gotta hold it
Actually,
together. It
no,
starts
that's
falling
not even
apart.
true. That's not even
It's
true
crazy,
because
dude. I think it's a move. Like if you put it together, it's like a cheat, dude.
That's
It's
the
like
one
a
that he
cheat.
smashed every time that I beat him. That's the loser's controller.
Shit.
So wait, in that case, if you lose with the good controller, do you have to take the loser's controller?
Damn, and he sells out his boys, dude. Every time you beat him. Wow, not even here.
Yeah.
I can't vouch for this, dude.
Toss
Where's
him-
the scores?
yeah, we don't have these.
Robbie's beat me
Once?
a handful of times.
That is a bold claim.
Seriously,
That's
out
some
of about
shit.
1,000
Well,
for real.
That's a really bold claim.
And Robbie and I used to. Okay, but here's the thing. This is how we balanced it out. Is we would play Mario Golf, which is also an amazing N64 game, one of the best golf games ever. Mario Tennis,
Not
also
something
one
you
of the
expect
best
to hear
sports games
often.
ever made.
Like,
But he
oh
would.
God, I love
Robbie's a
tennis and
fucking. He's a
golf.
god at Mario Tennis. So
sick, man.
Balance
Video
out.
games are tight, dude.
Yeah, this is childhood, bro. Leave our childhoods alone.
Yeah, but actually, yeah, that's an open standing. I'll put $20. $20 to anyone that wants to challenge. That's not much, but for you guys, you know.
Ooh, yo, I'm putting this out to the listeners too, man. You might
$20
have to-
and whatever the merch is, free merch.
Might be a meetup, dude.
Free merch,
Might be a
and
meetup
the crisp high five from
Dude,
your choice of Bugle Boy.
and we'll make a
Or
we'll
me,
make
the
merch.
clarinet kid.
We'll make merch the time when it happens. We'll just make that's when
Get
we'll
some
start our
iron-on
merch.
shit.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Remember like the fingertip trick ones that our girls made?
Yeah, actually,
that was really nice of
well,
them.
fuck. Get out of here.
My girl made them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, dude. Awkward.
That was an awkward silence. You guys had to keep talking after that.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
I started reflecting for a minute.
Yeah.
Tom was getting introspective.
We'll get past your heartbreak, dude. Let's get past the heartbreak, man. Yo, enough video game talk. Let's get into this shits. But
R.I.P.
yeah.
Yep.
First off, yeah, that was one of the first things I wanted to get into. It just gets a little weird when we have a guest. We don't always do that, so it's like, you know. But yeah, we wanted to start off just by saying rest in peace to the king, Nipsey Hussle. He was gunned down a few days ago at his store.
One of the good ones.
One of the good ones out in L.A., man.
Both in what he did musically
Yeah.
and in what he was doing for the community.
His community,
and all
man.
that, yeah.
And what he stood for, man. And even when he was like, go.
Did you see that, like, the LAPD were, like, mourning him?
Yeah.
Like, there was, like some of the officers and, like, chiefs, like, being like, yo, like,
Apparently, he had some sort of meeting that he had set up with the
Yeah.
city and the police
to
department.
talk about gang-related violence and shit like that, yeah.
Exactly, to talk about, gang-related violence and working with them on solutions and stuff like that, trying to get being involved with the actual community. Plus, like, he has a store. He still goes home. He still hangs out in the hood.
He had a plaza, man. He
Yeah,
owned, like,
that
most
was
of the
his store. That's
plaza,
where he
yeah.
got. That's where it
Yeah, that's where
happened,
he got
right?
killed, which is wild, too.
Yeah, like
the
he.
audacity to roll up in someone's, like, hood and, like, their business. And also, like, he shot, like, 3 people, didn't he, or something? Like,
I think
Yeah.
something like that. A couple people got shot. I don't know what.
2 injured, and then Nipsey was
He was the
killed.
one who.
Yeah.
And
so I guess he didn't have much security-wise, eh?
maybe not there. Maybe
He was a real one, though.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
happened,
still,
but they
like-
you'll still roll with security and stuff, and like you usually have.
Well, we
I don't
just
know.
talked about 3 people, and like Tom said, he was
But he's
outside of
comfortable.
his store.
He's in home. He's born and raised in
Yeah.
that area, right? Like I'm pretty sure. And then and he's got his store there. It's home, right? So he probably wasn't really expecting it. I heard through I heard just online that one of the things was saying that it was someone that he knew
Yeah, it
was
the dude
affiliated,
that-
is snitched, and then Nipsey basically said like, "Yo, you gotta get out of here. Like you're not coming around here."
Yeah,
He
it
might have
was
been
the
in a
guy that
mental
was-
institution.
He was
Yeah.
like a known informant. And
Yeah.
He was just being like, yo, like, you can't be around here.
He's like,
come
"I can't
in."
be around you,
And then
dude."
the
Like
dude got offended and came back.
with yeah, exactly.
And then they found that dude mad quick, and I didn't think they were gonna find him alive because there was like people knew who it was almost immediately. Like the streets knew before they were releasing that shit on, and there was like I was seeing so
One
many
of the
people
dudes
all over
refused-
Instagram and Twitter, all over that, like
Okay, you want to talk about that?
naming the dude before even media sources. Yeah,
They shot 3 people. Nipsey passed away. One of the dude went to hospital for medical treatment. The 3rd dude refused medical treatment. You don't think the 3rd dude placed a phone call fucking immediately?
yeah.
The
true.
3rd dude literally was like, I got winged. I'm good. He stepped around a corner and just fucking like,
Yeah, true. I
yeah,
didn't
like
think about that.
I'm surprised that the dude lasted 2 days.
Especially because they knew who he was.
Didn't he hop on? I heard somebody hopped on live and was like saying shit, or was that a fake one?
Oh, I thought that was someone else. That it was like not.
That was
person.
okay. That was some
Yeah, I
fake
thought
shit.
it
Then that was
someone
why I
trying
didn't.
to
I
get
didn't follow up
support.
with that. I just saw that. Yeah, they found him. I guess he went to a mental institution. You think that was premeditated to go there? He wanted to be caught there. You think
Where?
in a mental institution?
Oh,
That's
I
how he
didn't
got caught.
even know that,
So he
yeah.
got caught checking in under his real name at a mental institution. I'm
Ah.
guessing that was like, oh,
I was trying to be like his. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he could have issues of mental problems, and I thought I heard that before that he's had that issue in the past. Maybe not, but that's not an excuse. That's just fucking wild. Definitely, I could see that being premeditated and a plan.
That's
Like,
like
oh, I'm
some
gonna
John
go there
Lennon shit.
because he's gonna try to claim like mentally unstable type
Yeah,
shit.
some, like, maybe
But
he's
fuck
like a
him, man.
super fan that was just like.
It's just brutal. It's just brutal because he had a lot of uplifting words, man. He talked about in their communities, giving back, starting businesses,
crazy thing is,
businesses
like,
outside of hip hop and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like even preaching like early on, like years ago, like back in like probably like 2009, 2010. I saw like an interview, but like owning your own masters and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. He was one of the first people.
Yeah.
On that. He was putting on people like he worked with a lot of underground dudes like Gashi. He's coming up now. Like
Oh, he worked
he
with
was
him?
one of the first dudes that actually like
didn't know
put
that.
on Gashi like back in 2010 or something like that. Like,
I didn't even realize that.
yeah, like he was working, like he was trying to help other people out, and he was trying to
Yeah, I've
bring
heard that. I
people
didn't know
up.
he helped out Gashi.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's
That's tight.
But what I find wild too is that like I always kind of, not always, but I knew of Nipsey Hussle. I've heard here and there tracks, but then he had that album that he dropped like this
Victory Lap.
summer or in fall or whatever, right? And
Yeah, Victory Lap.
yeah, it was solid like that, and I thought it was like a pretty solid. We talked about it on one of these casts.
Yeah, man, it was a
And,
great album. I
Yeah,
still
that's what I'm
still
saying,
listen
like, so
to
it's
it.
wild that once he started, he was like, once he was on my radar, and I was actually kind of like paying more attention to him, and then all of a sudden this shit happens. Like I feel like if that was with me, that was probably with a lot of people, that he was like having his second kind of coming, or just like a whole lot more attention. It's just wild that now is where he.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He was really he was really coming into his own, and like being like not just like a really dope rapper and an artist, but like a leader
Yeah.
in that kind of, in the community, in his community, in the hip hop community. And definitely I think it was one of those guys where he's a little older than us. I think he's like low 30s. But he was like the kind of guy where it's like for young rappers, that's something you could look to and want to aspire to.
yeah.
Those are the careers that you want to watch and be like, okay, like this guy, he's got longevity, like the marathon. That was like one of his things, right? So that he's one of those characters that I think that's gonna hurt hip hop heavily. Like he's super influential. No one had anything bad to say, nothing but good things, and
It just hurts the picture as a whole.
yeah,
Because he was one of the good ones, and I feel like in this day and age, like the music industry, I feel like is being filled with fakes and with just throwaway,
Watered
right?
down
just
bullshit.
consume and done. Like he was one of the ones that lingered. And was like,
Speaking of watered down bullshit. Sorry to get off the topic of Nipsey, but I've literally wanted to talk about this for forever.
All right, well, 1 second. If you're gonna switch this,
I want to
no,
talk about it.
hold
so
up, no.
bad.
But you can't just cut out one of these like little things and jump into some neck thing, bro. That's
not right. That's
hold
not
on,
right.
hold on. But anyway, we'll go off. But what we were saying is, we will jump in. But yeah, shouts out to Nipsey. He was a leader in the community, leader in hip hop. They're gonna miss him. Everyone's gonna miss him. He's got a lot of great music that he left with us. And you know what? It's one of those things where, because he owns his own masters, stream the shit out of his music, because he's making like all that. Buy his music. You can buy it on
family,
iTunes.
Yeah, I wonder what
It's going to feed the family for sure.
Yeah.
Stream the
Which,
shit out of
anytime
that.
someone dies, there's a huge bump in.
200, almost 3,000% his streams went up
Yeah.
since. Almost
Dude, like today,
3,000% or something.
I just opened up Spotify and typed in Nipsey Hussle when I was entertaining the idea of maybe playing some. Anyways, but there was already people that had like best of playlists that were like fresh from like today. Like people just are quickly throwing all those together. It is kind of feeding off the hype, but at the same time, it's putting
out
a
there
lot more.
for
Yeah,
you.
it's putting a lot more popularity to it. So I guess
For sure.
it's a good thing.
For sure. So shouts out, prayers to Nipsey Hussle, his
Prayers.
family, Laura London, and his kids, and everyone surrounded and affected by him directly in the hip hop community, man. Young rappers, young people getting in the game. I think, look at him, look at his
2019's
career.
already been a shit show.
Yeah, man, look at his career, and if you can, follow in that kind of move, I think you're gonna be all right. So, shouts out to him, and yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey, man. Yeah.
Watered down.
Watered down. Watered down. What is watered down, my friend? Tell us what's watered
Yellow
down.
Wolf had been watered down.
See, this is why I was surprised. So, I was surprised you haven't listened.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk on that.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'll play the devil's advocate.
He'll play the Devils. I was surprised. Are you saying the new? Okay,
No.
I was just saying. This is what I was gonna. You coming on? I was like, oh, perfect. We'll talk about Yella, because you're a big Yellow Wolf fan.
I love him.
Now you got something to listen to.
And now I have an entire album to listen to. Yeah, he had released a couple of EPs, a couple of singles and stuff like that were pretty good. But literally ever since he had got on, I will say everything after Trunk Music 2.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, but I saw what he was doing. Like he was trying to just like do different shit. Like his whole thing, he's been trying to kind of pave his own path.
Yeah.
So like when he started doing all that country shit, he was trying to like
Carve it out.
Yeah, he was trying to like do his own thing and find his own path.
The country stuff's
he
not even what I'm
definitely-
talking about, though.
Well, either way, like all that stuff, like he definitely found other fans in doing so, and found he definitely has his own channel, I think, too, now with that whole like country. He's one of the only like I don't know, like
My
weird,
ish wasn't with the country
the whole
stuff. There was
American
like
thing, like.
there was a point before that where everything was so overproduced it was painful.
Oh yeah, I know. That's it. Like
And
the,
then he
Radioactive?
Radioactive is
yeah.
specifically
That's
what I'm
what
thinking
everyone
about.
has a beef with.
But
I mean,
Trunk
I feel
Music
like most,
3 was the same way, and then it was like, oh, okay, he's got one album left. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, but that's the ups and downs of. You're gonna see that with everyone that's experimenting with doing something. If you're doing the same thing day in day, you're gonna get bored of it, right? So you got to go out and do those other different things.
Yeah.
The one he did with Travis Barker was fire.
Yeah.
He did like he did that
EP?
That EP with Travis Barker, that was fire.
The
I
thing with
love
Diplo,
that.
I think was right. That was the like Radioactive with like Diplo.
There was
and
some
other shit,
Diplo on
like,
either
and that's
Trunk
where it was
Music or
kinda
Radioactive, and
Yeah.
that was where it was kind of overproduced is the word I always use for that. Because now, hearing like I think Chris played us like the first minute 30
Of Catfish Billy 2
Catfish
off of
Billy
Trunk
2.
Music 3.
Catfish Billy being one of my favorite songs
Yeah, it's huge.
off of his like old stuff, and I'm just like, yo, it's back to what was the first album called? Was it just Trunk Music? The one with like not the one with Daddy's Lambo. God,
Was
I
it
can't
Daddy's
even
Lambo on
remember.
Radioactive?
I think Daddy's Lambo was a single, honestly, because that was Drama Beats.
Yo, it definitely was. It wasn't on Radioactive. There's no way.
I don't
Was
think
it?
it was.
Was it? I don't know. Goddamn. See discography. His first album was Arena Rap EP he had in 2008. Best Friend 2014. Honey Brown 2014. Out of Control 2016. Oh, those are singles.
Yeah,
Creekwater in 2005. Then he had Trunk Music 0 to 60 in 2010. Yeah, that was it. Trunk Music.
Trunk Music.
Yeah, and then it went into Radioactive. Then Trunk
Yeah.
Music
See,
Returns.
open up Radioactive. I bet you Daddy's Lambo's on there.
I think that was a single.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Daddy's Lambo is not on there, dude.
Yeah, I told you that was a single.
Daddy's Lambo, I'm pretty sure, was on. Yeah, it was on Trunk Music, the first one.
Trunk Music Returns.
0 to 60.
Trunk Music Returns had a couple on it, but for the most part.
Either way,
I've
I
never
just
listened
I
to-
see the path he took. He was trying to just do new shit, and some of it flopped to some people. I bet you some people like that shit.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. We saw him in concert before he released this. I've seen him in concert since I thought his music got sort of watered down.
Me too. We all did.
Yeah.
We went together.
We all went together, yeah.
And it was sick.
It was.
He puts on a great show. And Fifi Dobson was really drunk.
Yeah, she was or.
Or
That's the thing. Sometimes now that I'm
or-
an adult and I actually like know that people do heroin, you know, like sometimes I'm like, oh shit, that.
Oh,
person
okay,
might not
so-
have been-
oh, okay, that
That-
person
Wonder what the ore
might
is.
be on
Wonder what the ore
heroin.
is.
or just pills, you know, like that whole like
Or anything, yeah.
pills
No,
and
for
heroin
sure.
sometimes kind of.
It's just an or thing. You look at someone, you're like, you are on.
it's the eyes, right?
It is. It's, you know.
the windows to the soul.
She was like Janet Jackson, but without any of the flower power. It was just.
I actually kind of liked her show. I just remember thinking like I remember being more of a fan of her music after seeing her perform. But then I was like, because I've never heard anything other than whatever she had, that one track. But then I was like, she's like fucked up.
She was having a good time, so to speak.
Maybe it's part of the whole like rock.
Now that we've said all of that, somebody, I can't remember who. Oh, it was me. I was about to say somebody puked outside of the car on the ride home, but it was me.
Huh.
So.
Way to snitch on yourself.
Yeah,
boy.
right. I was gonna say someone, and then I remember because I didn't drive that
Didn't
night.
you lose your wallet that
Wait.
night?
I lost my wallet. My phone fell out, and I ran back, found my phone. But it was like just my ID, just my bank card, and like $40.
Yeah, that was fun.
Just my ID.
That's okay, bro. I went and got another one like the next day. I was cool.
Could have used that $40 to buy the new ID.
Yeah, coulda. Or I coulda just, if I would have had that $40, I probably still would have had my wallet, bro. So I probably wouldn't have needed the ID.
Just saying, man.
Yeah, but I like what he's
Absolutely.
doing now with Cleaver. Like Cleaver's a good DJ, and they just have like a
Yeah.
whole thing that they do with
Do
the,
together, yeah.
yeah.
He was at the concert. He was in the concert.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I followed him on Instagram randomly, and then I was like, oh shit. And I didn't even know he was his DJ when I first followed him. I forget how I came across his stuff. What else is he? He produces a bit too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's done some of the beats, I think, for him.
Has he done it? Okay, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really excited for that album because
me
if the
too.
rest
I
of
totally
it,
forgot about it. I was in Guelph, and I was in no mood to listen to music while I was there, so I was like, I forgot about it.
Fair. No, it was
I
a
don't
good.
have an excuse.
Yeah, no, it was a good album, and I'm surprised because he's like, one of your
he
faves.
is one of my absolute faves.
Yo, what's your top 5 favorite rappers?
Going right now.
Right
or
now,
all
just right now,
time?
just right now.
Okay,
You can
going
say-
right. Going right now. That makes me sound way less racist. If you go with going right now, I get away with it because I actually because my top 5 is not all white guys, but white guys or like legends. No,
Yo.
in no particular order. I'm not racist. I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not.
He
even gonna
only likes white
dignify-
rappers, is
I'm
what
not-
he's saying.
I'm not even gonna
Well, look
dignify
at the
that
hat
with a
he's wearing.
response.
I think
Oh,
people
you're
could have picked
you
that up.
dicks.
No, it's okay. He lost his virginity to.
I did.
No, I'm kidding.
Half black girl. Yeah.
Whoa! This is getting wild. Okay, you're making
Shit,
us.
we're out of here. Top
No,
five.
no.
Top 5 favorite rappers. Is that what we're after?
That's what we were going, but it was like one of those things like, hey, I got a friend, so I'm cool. That was one of those moments. Like,
one of those
Jesus
moments.
Christ.
J.
But for real.
Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean, M.
I was gonna say Kendrick probably be in your top 5 all time.
Yeah, and then Joyner.
Joyner?
I'm really big on Joyner right now.
Top 5 all time?
Oh, all time. I thought we were
Oh, right
doing it
now, right now,
You
right
have you have me doing it right now. No, because Tupac would be in my top 5 all time.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
You're
like,
good.
it's like
You're good.
I can swipe Joyner right there and just insert Tupac. I'll be
Yeah.
okay with that. I went back and have gone back over a lot of the Big Sean stuff, and fuck,
Dude,
it's-
underrated.
The talent is there. The talent is 100% there.
100%. I liked him.
Yeah.
Was he the one who was Big Sean? How he got picked up by Kanye was on the elevator.
Oh, I
Right?
don't know about that.
He
I
was like
saw
on the
that it was,
elevator and he's like, "Yo,
something
rap
stupid.
for me," and then you like rap for him and just started fucking rapping, and then like that's how they kind of met. I thought that might have been something. Someone
I
told
don't
me
know,
that.
but he was pretty close with Kanye because it just seems like Kanye's on every single one of his tracks. It's so funny; it just pops up all the time.
Yo, Sean's gonna have hopefully Big Sean's is he gonna have an album this year? I thought I heard.
I thought I heard something.
I thought I heard.
I think so because the
Riff Raff has another album coming out. No,
Who-
I'm not even
Riff
gonna hate,
Raff?
man. Riff Raff's had some.
Pull the mic
tracks.
closer to you and
Riff Raff's had some.
There you go.
Some of the tracks on. Oh, even the Tiptoeing 3 was like.
oh my!
It's smooth, man, and like there's.
know.
I've been seeing some of his Instagram clips and some
it's a
of the
party
shit.
track.
Yeah, but he's doing these weird like synthwave tracks and shit too, where he's kind of like singing, and I fuck with it.
I will give you Riff Raff before I'll give you Lil Pump.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of Lil Pump at all, but I do like Riff Raff.
That album, that new album, if the best track they could find on it was the one that's like that
Oh,
I'm
the one with
rich
Lil
like
Wayne
rich
is-
like me
yeah,
or whatever. If
oh,
that's the
man.
best track they could find off of that album,
That was a hard. I listened to it just for this fucking podcast, and I was like, it was hard to get through. Like
It's not.
for me, man.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
It's not for me.
There's a few joints on there, like when I'm like drinking, they come on the playlist. I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm not like actively like.
literally what you just
Picking it
said
out.
about Lil Pump's music is that some of it isn't worth skipping.
Yeah, pretty well.
Like that's what we can say about that album.
Hey man, but
Some of it is
that
not
album,
worth getting
yeah.
up and skipping.
he's had some tracks, man, that I jammed to and I put on, like mostly with Smoke Perp because I like some Smoke Perp's older stuff. But
We're also not the youth, so
yeah,
our
fair.
opinion doesn't
Yeah,
really
God
matter at
damn,
the end of the
not
day.
the
so.
youth.
all the
Bullshit.
opinions matter. All the opinions matter.
Nah.
But you know what? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. You know. Ever heard that?
And I want to see them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't really want to hear them.
No, don't want to hear.
Do you really want to
assholes.
see them either?
Yep.
Situation dependent.
It's a cute girl. You might want to lick them.
Whoa.
And-
Oh, whoa, jeez.
And now we've
far.
gone even further.
Lines get crossed
Wow.
sometimes. Just kidding, dude. Just kidding.
Spent my entire time getting my lines crossed by Chris.
Crossing lines.
Who's your top 5 going right now?
Top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Top 5.
Dylon, 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 and Dylon.
Top 5 right now. I'll probably throw Drake in there because he's still doing his thing. He just puts out. He does his thing. He puts it out.
It gets so tough to hate on him. It gets so tough.
Wait, are we talking like top 5 like this year?
No, not even this year. Your top 5 that are still making music at a decent clip.
Because there's a lot of new artists I'm really liking these days.
I'm stoked to hear
If
the
you're
Suicide
willing-
Boys Travis Scott. I'm so fucking stoked.
Oh, I
about
can't toss these new artists I'm liking.
That's
in
what
there,
I mean.
yeah?
If you're
No,
willing
no,
to put
no.
one album into your like, oh, they're the best doing it right now, and you've got 6 songs, well, that's a bold statement.
Well, there's artists that I like that I think are really putting on some just cool, authentic music or stuff that I like. But okay, let's say I'd probably put Drake. I'd probably put. Man, it's so hard coming up with these decisions like on the spot.
It is.
Probably
it is
Drake.
A little tough.
Schoolboy Q.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to put Kendrick in there, but like, yo, for real, I'm gonna be 100% honest. My favorite, I'm a Schoolboy Q fan over Kendrick, just for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean,
Love Kendrick. He's the GOAT, 100%. But yeah, Schoolboy Q, man. That's just I listen a little more like that. I'll bump it. Oxymoron like all the time.
Yeah, Oxymoron was one of my favorite.
I mean, I
albums.
find myself going back to Pimp a Butterfly a lot with Kendrick.
Oh, like phenomenal, man.
I don't find myself listening to Damn or the Black Panther soundtrack. Like I'm going back to older stuff.
Yeah. Good Sid
Yeah, I
Mad
was gonna
City
say
is
Good
still
Kid,
a
Mad
classic.
City and Oxymoron. I don't know which one. For me, I would. Those are definitely like a tie for sure. Like I can't put one above the other.
I don't know, man. Good Kid, Mad City is just such an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, but it's got so many fucking heaters on it.
Denzel Curry might be in there too, man. I really like Denzel Curry.
Yeah, he'd be.
You
probably up
mentioned
there,
that
yeah.
last time, actually, so I think you need to put
You
Curry
definitely
in
have
there.
Shoreline Mafia in your.
Dude, that's what I was not in my top 5 all of right now.
What? That's anytime I come over.
New
here,
artists. That's what I was saying with new artists.
He did.
That's
add
why
a
I was like, I'm not
caveat.
gonna like put them above my 5 guys, but like
My 5 guys.
have 5 guys.
These are this
Cole,
is a
I
big
put
deal.
Cole in there.
Cole is fucking savage.
Dude, I'm really liking
A
but
lot.
new rappers. I'm really liking Shoreline Mafia, Saba. He's got some dope tracks. Who else is sick that I've been listening to a lot lately?
I don't know, Chris. Don't look at me.
Just
Look
trying to
into your
think, man.
soul.
I have to like go to my playlist. Those are like really the 2 that I've been bumping.
I think we got 4.
Other
from
than,
you.
like, you know-
I think I need a 5th. I need a 5th from you now.
Need a 5th?
I need a 5th.
Need
from
a
you. I
5th?
think we got 4.
Ah.
You've given Tom plenty of time to think
do I
because he
throw my
knows he's
fifth
up.
in?
Dude, are you kidding me? You can't make the 2 of us do it and then not do it yourself. Yeah, who's your number 5?
It's not important.
Man, who's my number 5?
Will Smith.
Will fucking.
That's an all-time. That's not a
Smith.
right
Man,
now.
he's
That would
doing
be an
stand-up
all-time.
now too.
Yeah,
How wild is
yeah,
that? This
it's-
dude's just trying to cover all the bases.
all
He's
the
gonna run.
bases.
I guarantee this motherfucker's
He'll
gonna
for
run
office.
for something.
He'll
in the
run
think?
next
for
10
office.
years.
Yeah. Not
100%.
president. Mayor of Philadelphia. He could win mayor of
You don't
Philadelphia.
think he's trying to be better than Arnold Schwarzenegger in some way? He can't do the bodybuilding. He's definitely gonna try to outdo him in the politics.
He's been trying to win an Oscar for so long, and now he's just given up on that. And he's just, how do I make myself greatest of all time?
Pass it around.
What are we
But
passing around?
a vape. A vape. For nicotine. You know.
No,
Nicotine.
that's
But yeah.
it's probably worse to lie about it.
Well, Mac Miller, I probably put in there, but R.I.P. Mac Miller. Can I put him in there?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, then I put Mac Miller in there for sure.
I mean, like I
What
can't.
are you doing? Top? I thought this
No.
was recent.
Yeah,
recent?
but when was
No,
Oh,
when was
new?
his last album?
Flopping.
When was Mac Miller's
Swimming
last
last
album?
year.
Yeah.
Recent albums that have come out.
When I say doing it now, I just mean don't put Tupac in. When was the last time Tupac or Biggie released a song?
See, this
no,
is so.
no, but you were talking about new artists.
Oh no,
yeah,
no,
he's
no.
been all over the
That
map.
was-
That's what I'm saying.
He's been
So
all over.
No,
the
no, no.
map.
That's what he
I'm
said.
having a
He
hard
said.
time keeping
He
up
said.
with these lists.
We did top 5 all time, and then it was like top 5 all time or right now.
He
But then
just
it's like,
wanted to
is
throw
right
in
now
Shoreline.
brand new artists that I'm listening to?
No.
But yeah.
If they've got to have a couple of albums for you to be like, yeah, this is something that I could say this guy's
So
got
active
quality.
vets. Yo, who are my top 5 active vets?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Then I gotta take Denzel out, and I gotta sub in. Oh, let's see. I think I gotta sub in Kanye and Pusher.
so you're gonna
Maybe not Kanye, just Push.
So you're gonna do Push, Drake,
Gucci
Schoolboy Q,
and Gucci.
Gucci, Push, Drake, Schoolboy Q, Gucci, and no, we just had your last one. We had
maybe
your
Juicy J. I don't know. I don't know.
Slim
I'm just
Thug.
thinking active vets. Active vets.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Oh,
Dude,
J.
Run
Cole.
the
J.
Jewels.
Cole. You don't have J. Cole
Run
on
the
that list
Jewels.
anymore.
Could be J. Cole
Yo.
too. Killer Mike, man. Could be him.
Killer Mike is, yeah.
They're dope, but like, I don't know what it is about them. Like, I love hearing their music when it comes up in like movies and shit. But like, for some reason, I never go back and like listen to their albums.
Bruh. It's right here. That's all you need.
I know I used to bump their shit so heavy, but I think I listened to it like too much for like a year straight. And now it's just, you know, when you
Yeah,
like,
when you
not listen
ruin
to
an
stuff
album for
yeah.
yourself.
No, I hear
or
you.
you
like
ruin an
3
album,
years and
or
then
you
it'll-
ruin an album for an entire group of people.
Oh, Not Afraid? Yeah, that was a
That
terrible
whole
album, too.
That whole album. That is not a terrible album.
It wasn't for me, kid. It wasn't for me. What album was that again, man?
Relapse was the no-go. Recovery was the one right after it. He did the double. He did Relapse, and then Relapse was the one with Bombs from Baghdad.
I love that album, dude.
See, and that's you and I have always fought on
Love it,
this.
dude.
I thought Relapse was absolute trash, and that Recovery had all of the bangers on it. And you've always been like, no.
I like the weird shit, dude. I
Yeah,
like the weird
yeah.
shit, man.
And-
You
but
probably like Kamikaze.
I love Kamikaze.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I love Kamikaze.
What was one before that sucked?
Oh God. The one before that was sucked was not Encore.
Who gives a shit?
So he's definitely one of the
Revival.
best-
Revival. Revival didn't go viral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brutal.
Revival. Revival was trash, and
Here's a hot topic.
yeah.
He's definitely one of the best writers, but not one of the best rappers.
Explain.
Yo, we had a good.
How many Eminem tracks sit on the top of the charts? Like, I know his album sold super high, but like, Eminem doesn't really get bumped the same way that like.
You're talking
other
about the
stuff
top of the
does.
hip hop charts?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I'm
get the
definitely
same
saying he's
play.
one of the best writers, but I think that he doesn't take.
But he also
Any of the
sells
top
out
five
though
of
and
it.
does numbers and makes mad loot.
Yeah.
But I think the argument is
Like
almost
his
like
shows are
half
massive.
of that, because remember I went to an Eminem show and I will openly admit that it was one of the whitest events that
Yeah,
I've
that's what
ever
I'm saying. I
attended.
didn't wanna say
100%.
that what they're
It
saying,
was-
but I
it
feel like
was-
that's
what
what
it is.
capturing is like
The
Yeah.
thing with that's the thing.
the
Actually,
white market mostly.
we had me and Gavin were talking about on the last episode how like certain rappers where it's like he's so big part of it probably is because he's white helps
100%. And
Right.
I
Hell yeah,
think
because there's a whole lot of racists out there that
Yeah.
like rap music but don't like
Don't-
black.
I
Don't
know
like black
that's what
people.
that's really what it is, man.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
100%.
yo,
he's probably got a lot of fans that he would hate.
The United States is a big place, and
That's
as many
that's
good
so
people
brutal.
as there is out there, there's a whole lot of shitty people out
I don't
there
even-
too.
And I don't even like that's just so brutal. It's like you like rap
It's not
music, but
the
you're just
States at all,
that
but
hard. It's like I
there's just
know.
a lot
That's
of
wild.
people out there that are racist.
It's
man.
it's straight up hypocrisy. There's a lot of ridiculous hypocrisy when it comes to racism. Like, oh, I love fried chicken and soul food. White people didn't know how to cook until fucking 1940.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, they didn't, because due to fucking slavery, they didn't.
yeah.
You're running around. All of these white traditions are actually just black culture.
Just same loud music too, rock and roll.
Fucking all music.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally all just black culture that white people have been like, no, we were in the big house, therefore it's ours.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just watched Get Out actually today before work, and this is all fitting in perfectly with that.
But it's
Ooh, did anybody see Us?
Not yet.
no.
I saw it.
I heard mixed reviews on it, dude.
Yeah,
A
this
lot
is
of
Oddly
where
people.
I sit.
Okay, I heard that the advertising got a lot of people. They went in expecting one thing, and you
See-
get something different.
See, here's where I'm the smart one. I don't watch those.
Yes,
anymore.
you can't fucking do it
Because they
it will
ruin-
ruin
man, yeah.
it will
Dude,
ruin
okay,
a
so
movie for you.
This is the thing. I used to love going to movies to like see the previews for the upcoming movies, but now they just ruin the like.
They either
when I-
tell you
that-
every single thing that happens,
Yeah,
or they
ruin
straight
critical
up
parts.
lie to you about what
that,
kind
yeah.
of film you're going to get.
It's
But the
like here's the
previews-
good stuff.
Yeah.
You know how they do like extended previews sometimes too? It was like a 2-minute long preview of one of the movies we saw before for the one that I saw Us. And it was like, I was like, well, I definitely don't need to see that movie now because I've seen every part of that story arc now in clips. Like why the fuck do you do that?
It's stupid. I don't know why they do it all the time, but it's just
Either
a
way though, that
constant
movie
thing.
was like it wasn't nearly as like when I left Get Out, I was like, oh shit, and I was like talking about it a lot, and then like, oh my god, these things. That one movie, I was just like, I kind of saw it coming too halfway through, and I was like,
Oh, look at you, smarty pants.
I have to watch it.
no, I hate that, man.
Look at how you-
I hate when you see the ending coming and then
That's
it
my
doesn't
entire
fuck
life.
you up, and you're like,
Dude, like if you know story
You see the end of your
yeah.
life like ending.
No,
you
no,
see that
like,
coming.
it like okay,
need
this
a
is
twist.
the comparison. I'm not comparing myself to him.
Ooh, what's a
But
twist?
think about
Hmm.
this fundamentally. How can Stephen King enjoy any form of media? The man is a master storyteller.
No, I'm
So you
sure
think
He
you're
knows
Stephen
why-
King, eh?
He knows why everything is going to think about it.
But there's that's
It
in his
doesn't
brain.
work
They're
that
to other
way.
people's stories. I'm
No,
sure he
dude,
watches
because
stuff and enjoys
It
it.
doesn't work that way.
There's
There's
no way
only
he's
7
not-
stories, dude.
Yeah, but there's no way that he's not being motivated in some way. I guarantee you one day he reads stories and go, oh shit, like that's, and he's like, oh my god.
I just mean that he never, ever,
You know?
ever is surprised
Oh
by
my God.
anything.
no way.
He never
I don't
gets.
believe it.
I guarantee you.
I don't believe it.
if
That's like
you
saying like the
give
best
Stephen
music
King-
composer.
No, genuinely, I think if you give Stephen, it's not music. Music can go anywhere. Story has to have a basis that leads to a place, or else it's just nonsense.
That's what music composure is, dude. Every song is a story when they, that's
Yeah.
how they build them. That's how they.
Yeah, but you
it's the
can.
same thing. One's
there's no-
visual, one's auditory.
Yes, one's auditory, which means it's open to interpretation. The visual one is literally a set of words on a page. Okay, if I do an auditory thing that goes,
You're telling me when you read words on a page, you see the exact same thing in your head that everyone else that reads the book does?
you
No.
should.
No, everyone has like there's slight details.
If it
that are
says
gonna
the
vary.
tree is
Yeah,
tree
you're
is
gonna
green
get
and it's
articulate with it. But
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
No,
Is
but-
that's what I'm saying this whole time? Is that the words have to be in a particular order and the story has to go in a particular place.
Either way, okay, we're getting way off topic, but I guarantee
No, we're not. This is
Stephen
what we were
King
talking
is,
about
I
the whole time.
guarantee Stephen King is not just like, oh, I can't read anything because I know how everything ends because I'm a fucking.
That's what I'm
no
saying,
way.
but he's never surprised by it. I'm not saying he doesn't read it. He
I bet
has
you that
to.
dude's like a kid in a comic book
Yeah.
store that's just like he reads like the weirdest shit and it's just like, oh, that's so fucking neat. And
But
he-
Yo,
I
the
bet
t-
halfway through, he realizes exactly where it's headed.
The two ways you guys are looking at that like situation is like a big like look on your guys' personalities, looking at it from afar.
Mm.
Because I can tell because I could see like it's like for you you're like, oh, I would just want to see like more of it. Like you would be like, oh, I'm pissed off because I'm gonna figure it out, and like you're just like, oh, I want more.
It's the detective in me.
And then you're like, oh, this just pissed me off. I'm
as
gonna
soon
know
as
what
I
it
get
is.
the answer, I don't want to do it anymore.
Either way, if
Yeah,
Stephen King,
but
if
I get
by
both
chance you're
points.
watching this,
I could
please
see both.
reply to us and tell
Yeah.
us if you know the ending of every story.
Stephen King.
ever.
Are you pissed
when
off?
you get at what point through shit do you know how it's gonna end? Please shoot us a tweet.
I
At the Bugle
guarantee
Boys
that dude-
podcast,
I
top of the
guarantee that
screen
dude
right
has
now.
Not watched. You're telling me that motherfucker watched. What was that J.J. Abrams? The one where they're in the woods and they're like blind. The chick's blind. Or M. Night Shyamalan. Sorry, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, The Village.
The Village. You're telling me Stephen
Yeah,
King
everybody
watched The
knew that
Village?
twist was coming.
No.
Yes.
Okay, that was probably a bad example, but I guarantee this dude does not see every twist of every story ever.
Okay, yeah,
No.
but there's a difference between twists and good writing.
No.
I'm scared.
I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
There's
Get him some milk.
If what is he being inspired by? Like
his own sick, twisted fucking mind. He doesn't need anything to be inspired by.
Yeah,
the man
life-
wrote.
that's
Cu-
what
the man
life
doesn't
is.
remember
Life is your
Cujo. He
brain
did so much
taking
cocaine
sensory
and vodka.
His brain is taking
Ma'am.
sensory input and taking these stories and making them, but he has to be, he's got to be motivated by something. Like
Yeah, cocaine and vodka.
I don't know. I don't know. This is just ridiculous.
Did you not know that about Stephen King?
He looks like the kind of guy that does a lot of
Dude,
drugs. but
he doesn't remember writing Cujo.
that's pretty cool.
An
Ooh,
entire
Pet
year of
Sematary,
his
that
life.
movie's coming
Yeah,
out,
Pet
that looks
Sematary is
actually
coming
really
out.
fucking good.
I-
That was
I-
one of the previews.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good, man.
Ooh.
It looks like mad creepy. Like they
And
did
he,
it well.
yeah, he's praised that one. He said, they
Isn't
did
there a
it well.
Chucky coming out too? They're doing Chucky as well. I heard.
I hear they're
and,
rebooting all the
Mark
old
Hamill's
horror
playing
movies.
the voice. I saw that headline.
Of
But,
Chucky, eh?
yeah.
Ooh.
No, but we talked about this on one of the hidden tapes way back.
The
Remember
hidden
the
the tapes,
stories-
the
Hidden
lost
Do you
tapes.
remember
tapes.
those books from back in the day when we were kids in the library, stories to tell in the dark, and they had
Yep.
those creepy
Yeah.
drawings?
Yeah.
So they made a movie out of those, right? And they've released images of it, and it's gonna be
Ooh,
fucking
shit.
terrifying, man. It's-
Yeah,
it-
okay. Those
everything
were
I've
fucking
seen for
scary.
it's just getting me so excited. It's gonna be dope.
Those were fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Scary stuff, man. Are You Afraid of the Dark used to freak me out too.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was like one step
Dun,
above
dun,
Goosebumps.
dun, dun.
Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I hated that song when I was young. I was like,
Mom, I want to go to bed
the
now.
scary stuff's gonna happen.
I
I
don't
think there was
want
an
to see
episode of
it.
that. There was one episode of one of those shows where this kid was walking up from his basement stairs and a hand came through the stairs and grabbed him. That fucked me up because I
Yeah.
had those kind of stairs in my basement. So anytime
Oh,
I would go,
yeah.
it was just
Booking it.
Yeah.
Dude, there was one of them where it was like talking about like, oh, this girl was home alone. Excuse me.
It's a good
This-
start.
This girl's home alone,
And she
And-
hacked too many darts.
and she was hacking
she
darts.
started coughing.
dude. No filter too, for real.
American
Yeah.
Spirits.
American Spirits, no filter, baby. Here we go.
Here we go, flavor country.
So, she was so she's like at home or whatever, and I guess like she like thinks her dog's under her bed, and she like puts her foot down, and it's licking her feet, and then she finds out her dog's in the basement, and it's a dude.
Oh yeah, see, there's so many different versions of that.
I got the hair is standing up the back of my neck. I
Another
remember
one of
that
those that scared the shit out of me was the invisible man in the pool that would like grab kids and pull them under because I was
because
swimming
you
all
were
the
a
time.
swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anytime I'd be in the deep end like by myself, I was always like, fuck, like I'm just waiting for someone to just grab me and pull me under.
I always worry about
Mike
sharks.
Edmonds claims that episode is the reason why he quit swimming when he was like 7 years old.
I could see that. That kid's got a really vivid imagination.
I felt like he just wanted an
'Cause he had no
excuse.
siblings to tell him he was an idiot, so he would just sit up alone in his room just thinking up these crazy things.
These crazy shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Never have
Fair.
one child.
Never, man.
Never.
I've seen how that turns out.
How does it turn out?
Look at him.
Whoa, damn.
Like,
I love
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I love Edmonds, but he was
all
real
love,
difficult
yeah.
to deal with
No,
until
all
we
love.
started. Until Cody, basically. Cody was like, "You can't act like an only child anymore.
Yeah,
we
no,
live
just
like,
together."
No, I know it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like.
yeah.
There's the only child and thing,
He's
right?
still. This is a great example, and it's not a.
He's
bad
a beauty,
thing.
though.
Well, this is a great example. He plans things.
Oh, he's the best planner.
We don't
Oh my
get to
God,
plan
yeah,
things. We get to go to them. Which is not the worst thing for our
No.
group of friends
I'm
because
his-
we're pretty bad for planning shit, but he just goes, "I'm planning, all of you fuck off. Even if you want input, you can't."
That's the only time sometimes when I'm like, yo, because then I'm like,
I'm his best man at the wedding coming up, so like it's supposed to be on my shoulders to plan. the
Yeah.
bachelor party.
Has he planned it all for
Yeah,
you?
So like literally, I
Off
was
the
like
strength.
about to finish, and he just was like, he starts hitting me with all these other things and like doing all these. Pretty much, yeah. He just took over, and now he's just kind of like, and I'm just like,
He
man,
planned
you
his
know
own
what? I'm
bachelor
not- yeah,
party.
like,
This
I'm
is
not even-
amazing. There.
that's
'cause-
wild.
But
There.
it's honestly probably better that way because nothing I would do
There
would
you go.
ever live up to whatever he wants to do. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
he'd be,
might as well
nah,
just
man.
fucking
Honestly,
plan
I
it,
think he'd be
man. He's
stoked
asking
either
me
way.
for tips and stuff, but I feel like he's kind of just bouncing his own ideas off himself.
You know what I
The
did?
same way you do with me sometimes when you call me and you say the same thing 3 times over. You're just hearing yourself say the thoughts
Hey,
out loud.
hey, should I propose? Should I propose? No, dude, it's a horrible idea. I'm
I-
thinking maybe I should propose. I might have to do that. No, dude, we really
that a
don't. We really
conversation
don't
you
think
had?
you have to do that. Dude, I'm thinking I might want to propose. Chris, that'll be the worst decision you ever make.
Don't fucking do it, man.
I'm gonna propose, bud. Talk to you later.
Damn, that would have been heavy.
Love you, Amanda.
That did not- that did not-
No, that never
that
happened.
never happened.
That never fucking happened.
He didn't say not to do it. That would have been terrible
No,
advice.
he called.
He told her not to do it.
Yeah, I told her not to do
He
it.
said, fuck no, dip. What
I'm
are you
still-
doing? I didn't
we're-
think you
we're
that's
still-
fun.
We're still telling her not to do it.
I'm still telling her not to do it.
When the dude says, "Does anyone have any objections?" Austin's gonna be like, "Me.
Me.
I can't hold it in any longer."
Can't hold it in any longer. Chris is
Ugh.
intentionally skipping that part of the ceremony.
Ah, NB, man. We're actually just gonna. We're gonna.
I haven't deleted those photos.
What I was like, what photos?
Uh-oh. You know what's really what's
I
what
have
kinda
no idea what
sucks-
photos you're talking about. You.
While we're on the topics of weddings, because this is one of my favorite things about weddings that doesn't happen anymore. You know why they had groomsmen, right? Like why originally they did the tradition of lining
yeah.
these dudes up started?
I don't know, to get the
Because
make sure the guy doesn't get too drunk before he says yes.
no, man, because marriages back in the day were planned a lot of the time.
So you just got
So
the pic?
no, dude. So like you
Pick
go
one. All right, they are groomsmen now.
and you're like, okay, I'm gonna marry this girl, and then the girl's actual boyfriend, who actually wanted to marry him, was like, that's not happening. Let me show up with a sword and stab you during your wedding
Oh, and they were there
ceremony.
to, like, protect.
And they literally would stand there and sword fight with the dude until the ceremony finished,
That's
or they
hardcore.
killed him.
Is that
I'm
real?
gonna do that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
Fight, I'm gonna fight
Buddy,
for
I'm
Amanda's
fact checking
heart.
You fact check that,
that.
but
What
I
if
Fair enough,
pull
that's
out a
wild.
sword in the middle of the
I'm
ceremony?
telling you right now, I've already threatened / promised to buy a sword for any of the coming weddings and stand there with it like the entire ceremony, just menacingly looking out at the crowd.
Don't worry, man. I'm getting licensed in May, so
You're gonna do your own ceremony? That'd be the best.
no, we don't need. I mean, just mean we won't need a
Oh,
sword,
okay.
bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
getting my
Okay. Yeah.
my my kablam.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I want
Nope.
a sword. I want to use a sword though.
No, I'm gonna hunt some deer.
Some deer.
Some deer.
I want video of the first
But
time
no,
I want video of the first time you try to clean a deer.
Ah.
Oh my god, I would love
I'm
that.
looking forward to learning, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't even know how I'm gonna do that the first time, but
That's the only thing stopping me.
well, do you want to come with me?
Realistically, the only thing stopping me is that I am not. I'll come with you.
You got 350. Get your
Oh, I'm
license
not- I'm not
and do the thing.
Man, like I'll come with you. I'm not shooting a deer.
Yo, you eat meat though? Oh wait, you have pepperoni, bro.
We've just been through this. I don't have a problem with shooting the deer. It's cleaning the deer. I'll
Uh-huh.
shoot the deer as long as I am both going to eat as much of the deer as possible
100%. That's the whole goal.
and kill the thing humanely. That's
the goal.
That's the goal.
I
I'll use
mean,
my
do you
bow.
know
I got
the
my,
meat
I got my
on your
bow.
pizza wasn't killed humanely?
Probably not.
Yeah, think about that.
It's my problem. My problem was with me butchering the animal afterwards.
But yo, I know. That's gonna be
my
a thing.
ish.
That's
That's
gonna
my
be a thing.
ish.
That's gonna be a thing.
If you can tell me it's not the most disgusting thing on the face of the planet, I might kill a deer. But
No,
I'm
I'm
pretty
still
sure
figuring
it's the
out-
most disgusting thing on
Well,
the
I'll
face
tell
of
you
the
I'm
the
still
planet.
figuring out how to go in and like
Tell you a
learn
trick.
Dude, the trick, yo.
Telling you.
Trick, the
Bro,
swimmer,
yeah.
the swimmer over
This
here.
guy would
Fucking
Whoa, how
Philly
you trying
swimmer.
to demean
Wait, your
my
boy- you have
life
a-
experiences for being
No, but you
athletic.
got your boy in the States. Does he hunt?
Yeah, and also
He
well,
said he
no,
lives
but
on a
my-
farm,
my
he's got a bunch
fucking
of guns?
brother-in-law, the piece of shit.
Oh,
fat piece of fuck. He's a
he
huge
hunts.
hunter and shit. But
Is he?
anyways, the
Yeah,
trick
fuck
is
him. If he was
to
cool,
be
man,
hungry.
would
No,
have
I'm
been
saying
nice.
for your first time. Think about this. You got to be starve yourself for a couple days.
yo, I hear
Starve
you.
yourself for a
All
couple
right, all
days.
right.
Then it's like, all right, I'm fucking killing this animal to eat it. You're not gonna be as gross. If you go in there with a full stomach and you try fucking tearing apart this animal your first time, you're gonna be like, ooh. But if you're in there like savagely hungry and you killed this thing that you know you're about to eat, you're gonna fucking clean that shit up quick, man. Think about that.
I'm not even worried about eating it just for that moment. I mean, I'm definitely
I also think
probably
that
gonna
would
eat
be
it
like
fresh, but
ritualistic to before your first kill, starve yourself a little bit so you like earn the kill.
you're right, man.
That would
Maybe you're right,
probably-
dude.
That'd be good karma, you know.
I
You
think
know,
it's
like,
good
the
karma anyway,
balance of-
man. I
the
think it's.
balance of Mother Nature.
I guess so. I think either way, it's good karma because I think it's a positive thing. It's not a bad thing how it looks, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
My mom thinks it's bad. I can't believe it. I'm like, Ma, we're eating steak
No,
right now,
ma-
though. What are you talking
As much
about?
as
Like, I don't know
hate
what the fuck
dude,
we're
like,
doing
it's
here.
Dope. They always have a shit ton of venison in there,
Yeah.
and they just constantly are having like spaghetti
good.
with venison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
You
actually
had-
really like yeah, I like
Yeah.
deer, man. Like, and it's if I had a big ass property and I knew I could hunt deer and just like
Yeah, why not, man?
yeah, fuck it, man.
Or if you lived up north and it's like hunting was a regular, was more readily
There's
around
a lot
you.
of places where deer are a problem, and it's like why not be eating something that's
Dude.
a sustainable source?
That's
you
a
know?
good. That's a really good point. There's
a lot
places.
of farmers out there
Take that
are
one
like,
back to
yo,
Mama Dupuy.
Yeah, no, man, we have these debates all the time, and every time, man,
I'll
it's
go
like,
fucking
man,
kill a
it's
deer
just
with
like,
you, dog.
man, it looks like, God damn it, not this fucking conversation. Because every time it goes out, my mom's like, oh, you don't want to kill an animal, and I'm like, Ma, I told you, I'm getting my license.
The
I'm
only
gonna
thing-
eat clean meat. It's gonna be wicked.
And I'm moving back to Brooklyn.
And I'm moving to Brooklyn, baby,
The only thing I would
with my
find
fucking
hard
venison,
with hunting is doing the whole like
moose sausage.
you'd have to like sit there like
Terrible
quietly
cake.
for so long. That would be hard for me. Like I'm pretty fidgety and like I get bored easily. Like sitting there
For
and just
sure.
like quietly, not really being able to talk or
I know, because for me, I'm like, I'm camping. I should be drinking beers and
yeah,
shit.
and like smoking, like
Like,
listening to music.
no, you don't do that.
You
It's
just
like
sit
you're
there,
like,
like-
ready to go, looking around, and you're probably
Yeah.
not smoking because you don't want to put any smells anywhere. You're
Yeah,
trying not to
exactly.
smell, not to sound, like not to make any sound, not to sound.
Not to smell. Not to smell was my favorite.
Don't smell.
Trying not to smell.
Well, you want to hide your scent as best
I
as
mean,
possible,
yeah.
right? But yeah. Anyway, I don't even know how we got on this
Get
topic.
your
We were talking.
potent herbivore bait out.
Yeah. Shut up, Red Dead Redemption 2.
We went from talking about weddings to deer to whatever.
That's
but
what happens when you have the clarinet kid on the podcast.
the clarinet
Stuff
kid's
gets-
back, baby.
Stuff gets all over the
The
place.
clarinet kid. He's busting out his reed every day and cleaning it. You know he keeps that shit dry.
Yo, I hated my reed for my alto sax. I
They
was
call you the clarinet kid for the way he blows on that reed.
Hey.
It's that woo woo.
Thank you. That's mine now.
That's his, bro. The clarinet kid's drop. We ready.
It's that woo woo.
Bugle, Bugle boys.
Time is it?
We killing it, bro. Don't worry. It is not that late. Happy 9:05. That's what time it is. 9:05. Happy 9:05, boys.
What were you supposed to do to that?
I don't know. Cheers. Look happy. Enjoy.
Fire off some rounds.
Fire off some rounds. So yeah. We were talking. What were we talking about? Guns, shooting,
Deer.
animals,
You were
weddings,
killing deer, weddings,
music.
shit that is all over the place. Yeah, I basically talked us in circles. My bad.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
We pretty much did it all there.
Yeah, we pretty much went ham and went hard in the paint. What was I gonna say though?
You tell me.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I want to talk about how Chris can have 6 different accents in one podcast.
In one podcast,
And none of them seem to be
There are different guests.
like
People don't know that it's him.
forced. That's the really fun thing about Chris is he just kind of breaks them out. They're not forced at all. Like I'll sit here and decide that I want to be talking like this, and Chris was just earlier talking about his mom and venison, and it just went Brooklyn.
I don't know how it happens, man. It's
And
just,
he just said a boot. Like roll the tape back. He just said a
Shit.
boot. That's what
He's
started.
got,
That's what started all of this.
He's got a split personality.
sometimes I wonder about that. Like maybe I do. You know?
Nah.
Nah.
Now there's like 6 people in me.
You
Like
just don't know how to be
hey,
yourself,
hey,
man.
Nah, you
use
just- you
those
just
as a
haven't-
I'm just
facade.
joking.
You just haven't accepted the real.
I haven't accepted
Chris
my
yet.
real
You got all
self.
those different masks, man. You gotta take them off.
Gotta stop wearing Adidas and just start wearing Jordans, bro.
Whoa.
Pick a brand, man. Pick a brand.
Dude, that sounds like pretty. That sounds pretty righteous.
Pick a
Yeah, I'm a
brand.
bit of a jerk
If you
about
could
that.
only pick one brand to wear for the rest of your life, what would it be? Go.
He can't.
One brand.
He
Pick
can't.
a brand.
You can't.
Fila.
Fila?
That's a really, really bold fucking
That is
choice.
such a bull-
That
This
is a
guy's-
bold,
this guy doesn't even
bold
play
choice.
soccer
No,
anyway.
man, that is
Exactly, man. I don't even know. I only have a few Fila pieces, so
But they're your favorite, I guess.
no, not at all. I'm just curious to see what I'm gonna get into.
Doesn't even,
Yo,
I'll try it
send
out.
Chris
I'll try it out.
Fila
I don't
pieces.
think I have a favorite clothing brand. That's
Send
why.
Chris Fila pieces, and I want to see his like closet just packed with them.
all right, who would you go with?
Oh shit! Like I've been wearing the same clothes since the 7th grade,
Roots.
so I'm really not the guy to talk
Probably
to.
gonna fuck with Roots.
I would fuck.
That would be smart.
Part of you thinks that might be like an insult, but nah, dude, I'd fuck with Roots. I wear a lot of Under Armour. I admittedly do wear a lot of Under Armour. Not out and about, but like
We
So
get
you
it,
guys are
dude. You
thinking real
roll,
short
dude.
term
We
here.
get it. We get it,
You
dude.
guys are thinking real short term, like day-to-day basis. I'm thinking longevity.
are you
here.
gonna wear like Hugo
Dude,
Boss
Calvin
or
Klein?
something
No,
like
I was
that?
thinking
Dude, are you
like,
gonna fucking
I was
strap on
thinking
some
like
Calvin
LL
Klein, dude?
Bean or like the Costco Kirkland brand, because that shit holds up forever. You buy one pair of Costco pants,
Yeah, but you told
you're
me.
good for life.
Yeah, but you didn't
is true.
tell me I was gonna.
If there's
be
a zombie
spending-
apocalypse, this guy's in Fila. You're in fucking Roots. I'm over here wearing durable Kirkland.
You're gonna
Hey,
tell me
he
whoa,
might be in
whoa,
Under
whoa,
Armour, which
whoa.
means he's
Through
ready
my
for
Kirkland
athletics.
I could
goddamn
be
jeans, man.
I'm gonna be in compression shirt
He's-
and fucking spandex shorts.
Yeah,
He's
you're
ready
that
for
guy, but you
athletics,
won't be
dude.
durable. You'll be fast, but you won't be dirt. Your
Tree
muscles
branches
might
are
feel
gonna
good
rip-
after a couple
yeah.
days, but
Yeah.
they'll bite right through that shit.
Dude, he's ready
fair.
for athletics. Don't play games.
I'm gonna
So
have, I'm
basically-
gonna have some of those big.
Just so
fucking
you're
jeans
clear,
on.
Chris, what happened was he asked us what our favorite clothing brand was, and then turned it into a zombie apocalypse survival like
You
strategy.
think
gotta
I'm gonna
think worst case. You
Yeah.
always gotta have a plan.
Full
B.
circle. I'm getting my gun license, baby.
So like
Fuck
best
these
case,
zombies.
Best case scenario, I'm decked out for the zombie apocalypse wearing my Kirkland gear. Worst case scenario, I look like I fit into that new Balenciaga trend with like Kanye with wearing all that like weird ass homeless style clothing. So it's a win-win, I think.
Oh, speaking of Kanye, you know what I heard? I was listening to who was talking about it.
Do we have to do speaking of Kanye?
No,
Speaking of Kanye segment.
Joe Rogan. Where is it? No, it was in my notes, but
When is that happening?
that was what I was about to bring up.
Oh,
So I was watching. I think it was like one of something on YouTube. But apparently, I guess Joe Rogan said during a Q&A at the end of a comedy show that somebody asked a question if Kanye was still coming on the podcast. Apparently, Joe Rogan seemed like it wasn't going to happen anytime soon, and that Kanye wasn't in like the right state of mind or something. Apparently, like he was talking like about like a dictionary or a word. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna get into that because I can't remember exactly what they're saying. But he was just apparently Kanye seeming a little off at the moment and like not like he's ready to do a podcast or something. So apparently,
That's when people want him on the
I
podcast.
know,
Oh,
man. It's like we
man.
want to see what's going on
We
inside
wanna
your
get
head,
some
man.
Nice, audio clips.
But
in
yo,
there.
if you, I don't know.
It's like
But I
Charlie
don't wanna
Sheen
spread
all
anything.
over again. It like I honestly, we're gonna find out. It will. He's already been openly off of his medication, so we know there's something going on there. But like, we're gonna find out that there's something even bigger. Like years from now. We're gonna find
What,
out
that
that
it's
something.
all a ploy and that this dude just knows how to maintain the headlines by
I hope not.
manipulating the media?
I hope not, because
Dude, man.
that would be a horrible thing to do to people with real mental health issues.
Yeah, but people do it all the time.
I know. I'm just saying. I hope that's not the case.
And
mean
the thing is, like, you don't know, you're immediately the villain if you assume that someone's falsifying about what they do. But I feel the same way about YN.
The mental health thing?
Dude. How he's, like, blaming how he murdered his friends on his split personality. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
What's this?
The dude that...
Yeah,
Murder on My
YNW
Mind,
Melly.
dude. You ever heard that track, Murder on My Mind?
Really good
No.
song.
Well,
No.
this dude killed his friends. He's killed 3 of his closest friends now. And, yeah, one of the tracks is about him killing his friend that was like...
Allegedly. That one's allegedly. Allegedly.
Either way, dude,
Well, but it also is about him being
and he's
caught,
claiming
like,
he's
waking
got, like,
up.
split personalities, and that, like, he's got one that's ultra violent. And,
But,
like,
yo,
is the one...
That was an art piece. Apparently, Murder on My Mind, because he has My Mind on My Murder as a second part track where it's, like, about him getting murdered and stuff. And the other one's about him murdering someone. But, like, apparently that's true, too, because he was involved at a house where someone got shot, and it's in the song.
now
He's basically saying,
recently-
like, he's basically saying that, you know, the guy's, he woke up abruptly, and the guy was sneaking into his house, and it was actually his buddy, and accidentally killed him. And then, oh, my God, it's
But
him.
the one that actually
Recently,
just
yeah.
happened is he was in a car that he claimed got a drive-by, but it turns out that he was inside the car, and they shot their friends from inside the car and tried to make it a drive-by. And they were, like, driving around for a while with the people dying in their car. And anyways, yeah, there's people that actually believe, like, oh yeah, no, it was
Yo.
a split personality.
Did you see about his mom going on, to further to that kind of point, his mom, they got a video of her on live talking about, what's the guy's name? Something Chaser, whatever the guy's name is, one of the guys, I guess, that got killed. She was on there talking like shit about him and saying like, oh, like you don't have like this, like blah blah blah. Like she was talking shit about him and like something like defending Melly about something and talking shit to to one of the people.
It's not a good look.
Not a good look for that situation where it's like,
No.
okay, there's some motive, right?
Not a good look at all.
No.
Why does it seem like murder is the most prevalent fucking thing in the universe?
These days?
It's just because
Not
that's
even
the thing
these
that the
days. It's
media is the
always
easiest to
it's
report on,
always
right?
just been like the most prevalent fucking thing.
Well, it's the
Just
most
'cause death
finite.
is the thing that's, you know, that
It's-
lingers on people. So when people hear about it, and the media latches onto it and pushes it at you. It's just
Everyone
constantly.
Yeah, you start thinking about your own death and all that type of stuff, and it just brings up that emotion, and it's that fine.
Mortality is a fickle bitch.
Yeah, and people don't realize it. You don't really think about it in your day to day and in the moment. You're never realizing
Yeah,
like
so
this
when
is
people
just
see
like.
so and so murdered, it's like, oh, that could have been me, you know. And then people are like, ooh.
That's why certain things stress me out. Like I'm like, why is this a thing right now? Like doesn't need to be a thing. Like life's too short for this to be a thing. Like I think about those sometimes, and
know.
it's just
Or yeah, I get
brutal.
this thing where I'll think about like a date, just like mundane shit that people do day to day, and then I'll just in my head I'll just, you know, like Google Earth does that thing where you can like zoom out and then you see like how small the Earth is and shit. I'll just see that in my head and be like, oh, this is all pointless, you know, like. What are we doing here? This is a floating rock spinning around a fireball. Like, why?
that could get hit with
why am I
asteroids at any
stressing out about
moment,
my taxes right now,
dude. At any moment, an asteroid could hit us and we'd be
Yeah.
fucked.
Did you know Jupiter is like essentially a huge bumper for us? Like if Jupiter wasn't there, we probably would have been murdered by asteroids. But Jupiter's so big and its gravitational pull sucks all the asteroids and it like hits them before hitting us.
Yo, salute
Wild.
Jupe. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Sailor Jupiter.
Crazy.
You were my favorite of all the Sailor Moons.
Big
Crazy
ups.
shit.
No, man, that's necessary. Good. I'm glad we could do a shout out to Jupiter.
We
in
just
that
did a
moment.
shout out to a planet.
Yeah, why the fuck not? We can do whatever we want in this podcast, baby. That's what it's about.
Sometimes I do ritual sacrifices to Jupiter, but that's another note.
Yeah.
Thank you for bumping.
Different podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys watching any of the NCAA?
I haven't been. I know
March
Duke got
Madness?
eliminated. I heard their most ridiculous fucking number today. So Zion Williamson expected to set records with
150.
his fucking rookie contract. $100 billion being this is a shoe deal, not his contract. I'm sorry. $100 billion being the like estimate. So to be clear, if Zion Williamson never makes a dollar playing in the NBA,
He's rich as.
he's rich as fuck.
They put a lot of stock in him, eh?
I would twist my ankle.
It's a bidding. It's literally going to be a bidding war. That's what they're saying. It's because he hasn't declared for anybody, so they're all going to come out after him, and somebody is going to pay him stupid money.
Probably. He's probably going to the NBA.
No, he is, but I mean, like, even if he goes to the NBA and he's trash, he still gets that shoe money.
I don't think he'll be trash, but like he could even, but what he could go to the NBA and be like, you know, like
go to the NBA and end up as like a ninth man on the bench, and and he'd still be one of the
six
richest.
Man. He could be he'd be a rich 6 man.
Still be the richest dude in the league.
I would rep that.
The
so
Benchman.
You
the
would
Benchman.
be. You'd be a great.
The
Like no, you
Benchman.
wouldn't. You hate sports. You'd be complaining about sports and being depressed the whole time.
No.
You'd be
Don't
like,
put
why
that
am
out
I
there.
here?
Don't put that-
What am I
out
here
there like
doing
that.
this shit?
I don't hate sports. I enjoy playing those sports. The only sport I have that I enjoy playing is hockey, but that's because I can't skate and I'm terrible at stick handle. But it's watching sports and getting behind the teams and all that I'm not a fan of. Like,
I don't
being
know.
at a sports event is also a lot more fun than like sitting at a TV. And I actually recently I've just gotten into it just because
we don't stop playing it all the time.
yeah, exactly. And now I'll just like, whoa, like I don't know, like watching them score goals and shit is entertaining, obviously, but I don't get stressed out at people losing or winning or. That's what I don't give a shit about.
I play it up a little bit for the sake of like life, but there are definitely bigger things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I think it's just sad that some people like get so into sports that it like ruins other aspects of their life.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my team fucking lost last night. Like, I'm having a terrible day today. Or like people that trash their TVs because their team loses.
okay, the people trashing their
it's
TVs
like,
are looking for views.
you're
Those people are fucking idiots.
Well, no, those people are just fucking.
Those people are idiots.
Yeah.
But it is a thing where it's like I can be upset that a team lost and not let it ruin my entire next day. I did it for a really long time with the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, still do. I'm getting ready for that first round.
You think it's gonna be first round, really?
I don't know, man.
Nah,
It's gonna
dude, I don't think so.
Oh, I hope not, man. For sure. I definitely hope not. It's gonna be tough playing Boston,
That's
though.
something we should put bets on with Gino for the long run.
Yeah, we'll get some Bugle boys.
Austin could get on it,
Yeah, we'll get some Bugle boys. Some Bugle boys brackets going
Sounds like a plan.
or something, and we'll get that. We'll put it up on the Instagram or some shit.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be tough, man. We don't.
They're not winning it this year.
No, but I mean, even playing
Tampa-
Boston's gonna be real tough. Tampa's looking sick.
Tampa's filthy.
Yeah, they'll have a good chance. Anything else you guys want to go into, or should we wind this down? I feel like we've kind of, unless you got.
I really wanted to make an off-board joke there, but I'm not going to because we've been pretty good this cast for
All right. Well.
for not being offensive, so we'll keep it that way.
Yeah, I mean, and then I feel like if we said it now, like it just wouldn't be as funny.
You're just I'm not saying it now.
I wish you
It's
just.
gone.
I wish you had said it because like I like offensive shit when it's funny.
No, I'm not gonna pull the trigger. I'm a
No, now
pussy.
you can't because there's too much hype behind it.
It's
Yeah,
like at this
it
point
won't
it
live up to
couldn't be
it.
good
No.
enough.
Wouldn't be good.
No.
It'd be bad. It'd be poor taste, to be honest.
It would be disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, most would be offended.
Unless
But,
you said it now.
No.
Nah, don't do that.
Bugle.
boys.
Well, on that note,
Yeah,
big
let me
ups
go
everybody tuning in. A little shorter of an episode, hour and 7, but that's okay.
There was no
home. Oh, that's
Gino
the perfect amount.
to
Nah,
drive
it
the
depends
the
on-
nonsense.
It depends how it goes for me. It depends on what the flow of the conversation is, but
Yeah.
it had a nice ending. But not a lot of new music to talk about. We actually did go into Yellow Wolf for a minute about his whole thing, but
I will get a better. I'll give you a better
We'll circle
opinion on
around
it
We can
next
talk
week.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. We'll have you back on to talk about it. Anyway, big ups everybody tuning in. This is the Bugle Boys podcast,
Thank
episode
you.
10. Austin Ling, thank you for joining us. Just dropped your
Anytime,
last
Sky.
name, so they're gonna search you on Facebook and
And
send you
LinkedIn.
DMs
Don't-
and LinkedIn.
Don't go to LinkedIn and don't look for me on LinkedIn.
Whoa, he's very serious about his LinkedIn. Just don't fuck around with it.
serious business.
All right, big ups. This is the Bugle Boys podcast.
Peace.
Cheers. Peace.